All right, Jared has come and caught me finishing up on my house. I've been working on this 9 years. This is Michael Pearl, and Jared looks me up when I'm working to ask Bible questions. This is sort of like what happens on the job when two guys are standing around. One of them says, "Hey, what about this?" And so I'm on the job and you're asking the question. So what's the first question today, Jared?
Hi, this is Michael from Ventura, California. On one of your messages, you stated that if someone didn't know God, or if they don't know Jesus, then they're going to go to hell, and then all the people that don't know Him, like, you could mourn for them because they can go to hell. I learned this after watching that because that troubled me forever as well. John 15:22 states, "If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin." So basically, if you never knew, if Jesus never came to them, then they wouldn't have known, which means they didn't have sin. But since they knew Him, and that means in person, they even met Him and saw all of His wonders and still rejected Him. Now they have sin because they know, and they chose to do what they wanted to do anyway. My question is how can you think that people will go to hell if they've never known Jesus? And I kind of look at this and it's just like there's no person that could say, well, you know enough of Jesus that you're going to go to hell. My friends, I try and talk to them and get them into the Bible and stuff, but some of them are really good people, and they just don't believe it because of how our society is.
All right, that's a real good question. There's three different factors that need clarifying for you to understand the answer. So let me address them one at a time very quickly. Number one, no one goes to hell for not hearing about Jesus. That would be like saying that someone dies from AIDS because they didn't get the cure. It is true that people who don't get a cure for a known disease will die for lack of the cure, but before that, it was true that they were already dying because of the disease. So the whole human race has the disease of sin, personal individual sin, much scripture on that. And we're all dying as a result of our own personal sin. And so that happens before Christ ever comes along. So it would be false to say that people go to hell for something they didn't know. That would be ridiculous. That would be like saying that a person who runs a stop sign that's not there is guilty of running the stop sign when it was never posted. It has to be posted in order for it to be a sin. The person has to willfully, knowingly violate their own conscience in order for it to be sin. So we answer to God for our individual acts, individual thoughts, not for something we know or don't know. You said, but what about that passage you just quoted? If you look at the context of that passage, Jesus is talking about the scribes and Pharisees having rejected Him. He's made an announcement that He's going to Jerusalem, He's going to be rejected, crucified, and slain. So He says, if I had not come to the Jews, then they wouldn't have had any sin in regard to this. But now that they've known me and heard me, know that I've presented myself as the Messiah, now they have that sin of rejecting me. So yes, there was a sin that they hadn't and couldn't commit without His presence, which was the sin of rejecting Him. So that's not a general passage delivered to every single one of us concerning how we're made guilty of sin. That's aimed at a target group of people who had a particular unique relationship to Christ and had anticipated the coming of Messiah, and had rejected Him as their Messiah, as John chapter 1 says. He came into His own, and His own received Him not, but as many as did receive Him, to them gave He power to become the sons of God. So that's two of the factors, and we won't go into the third one, take too long. But go back and look at it again, look at the context, look up all the passages that speak of sin and the nature of sin, and you'll find that it's individual actions, individual choices. And so it's a good question and something for you to study and think about.
If you would like to ask us a Bible question, email us at biblequestions@nogreaterjoy.org or call at 931-246-9400. 9805.